Hi you, King here, and what to expect in Avatar 2025, Bybenders. Specifically in this case, a Bybender that's both earth and fire. Nicknamed Walking Volcanoes, these specific Bybenders bring the literal, intense firepower. As the immense strength normally held by earthbenders to bend the massive boulders and stones out of the ground, is now added to these earth and fire bybenders to create massive, pressurized, explosive fire flame bursts, allowing each and every attack from them to hit as if Sozin's comet was flying above them. Oh, and did I also forget to mention they're natural lava benders? Though don't get me wrong, bybenders will still be new and rare to this new Avatar era, so they'll still be rarefied as previous lava benders before them have been, but still just as destructive, if not more powerful. Erasers. Elemental racers, to be more precise. I feel in the era after Korra, they will have expanded exponentially in both the racing and car market of this world. That people will realize that with benders, you can create any type of environment you can imagine for both entertainment purposes and competitive reasons. That special vehicles will be made lined with platinum so metal benders wouldn't be able to both affect them or cause them to malfunction. And specific benders will be picked to race with them in these wild, insane racetracks. Who knows? In a cyberpunky world that the creators have talked about placing this new Avatar and his era in, we could straight up get a spin-off where it's just benders racing each other in the wildest of terrain. But comment your thoughts below. Bybenders, specifically in this case, a bybender between water and earth. They could be dubbed as the Garden Guard because they will have honed the plant bending ability to its fullest. And not just that, they'll also be exceptional mud benders. You could basically see them as Mother Nature's prime enforcers, being able to reach deep underground to bend and pull up the water hidden within it, to mix and mash it with the earth's soil, to of course create mud and clay. And then it becomes a real mud wrestling match after that. But also being able to reach inside roots, vines, and trees to bend water within them and basically tangle up their foes with vegetation. And you could see these guys hanging around marshes and swamps where a lot of water and dirt creates a ton of mud. And know that you're in for a messy fight. Sound benders. That's right, you heard me, sound benders, derived from airbending. I bet you didn't know that under special conditions, air can not only carry sound, but also magnify it. So imagine, right, in a more cyberpunky era in Avatar, since it's been said by the creators that they're likely to make that the new era for this new Earth Avatar, that there are airbenders vastly different from the day-old peaceful monks, that's all about making noise and using their airbending to magnify their noise, creating sonic boom screams. Being able to utilize that destructive power to be able to part tidal waves, break stone walls, or even make firebenders' ears bleed. If you agree, then comment so below and like, share, subscribe, and follow. Bybenders. Specifically a mix between fire and water benders. And whoever could be the first bybender between water and fire could have the nom de guerre, aka nickname, of Phantom Man. Because what do you get a lot of when you mix a lot of fire and a lot of water? That's right, a lot of boiling water and steam. And I can imagine a water and fire bybender being able to bend the extremely hot steam into their enemies' faces, or have them be submerged by a tidal wave of scalding hot water, boiling them alive like a lobster, or creating a field of water droplets around their enemies so they can get trapped when you shoot lightning at, become superconductive. You comment your thoughts below and like, share, subscribe, and follow. If you were in Avatar: The Last Airbender and you were the Avatar, what would your personal weapon be? As we know, your item of choice to take into battle with you personifies your characteristics and personality. In layman terms, clarifies the way you like to fight. Now, most benders utilizes hand-to-hand combat with their bending types, but we have known a few benders and avatars to utilize an item or weapon in battle to help make an attack more precise and focused. And I want to see more of that, honestly, especially with technology advancing in the Avatar world. Or we could have a prequel series showing off benders utilizing weapons more, because most Avatar eras before Aang's were more war-focused. But getting back to the point, you can literally choose any type of weapon. Fans, bows and arrows, swords, shields, glider staff, whips, knives, electric power gloves, even a boomerang. My weapon of choice would be an umbrella, but you comment down your answer below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. Bybenders. Specifically in this case, bybenders between air and earth. What kind of bybenders could be created from such opposites, you might be asking? And I'll tell you, straight up sandbenders. For what is sand in a sandstorm? Flying earth. Literally clouds made up of sand particles, which is broken down earth. I could see the air and earth bybenders of this new Avatar era being dubbed the title Desert Roses, as they'll migrate to deserts like the sandbenders of old, but have an even greater force with it, as their airbending bonus ability will give them even greater control over the sand and the air, literally creating sandstorms to camouflage them as they travel close to the ground, and literally burying any enemy or prey within a dune pile of it. Comment down your thoughts below. Advanced chi blockers. How could chi blocking get so advanced, you might ask? Well, the creators have said chi fields are the energy within all living organisms in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And through blocking the flow of chi, a chi blocker can not only immobilize a person, but also take away their bending. And OP benders, like bloodbenders and airbenders who can take away your breathing, have a hard time doing it all the time because of chi fields. It's kind of like your body's natural protection against those types of threats. So imagine if chi blockers had a better understanding of chi fields to develop an advanced chi blocking fighting style. Maybe even manipulating their own chi fields to temporarily make them superhuman. That could really even up the playing fields with non-benders versus benders. But you tell me, comment so below what your thoughts are, and like, share, subscribe, and follow. Bybenders. What are bybenders, you might ask? Well, they're sort of like half an avatar. Having been given the power to bend water and air by the lion turtle centuries ago, and with people having kids from other nations since after Aang's era, I believe whatever special thing within their chi fields that allows them to bend both air and water will get mixed, allowing for the very first bender since the Avatar to be able to bend more than one element. And would that person be both an air and water bender? Why not? Aang did hook up with Katara and have multiple children, with one being an airbender and one being a waterbender. So why not way down the line there is a kid born who is just both? Do you think I'm cooking? If so, like, share, subscribe, and follow, and comment below. Platinum benders. Now, outside of the fandom, this isn't really common knowledge, but did you know metal benders cannot bend platinum? It's because metal benders deriving from earth benders bend the earth within metal. But because of how pure platinum is, barely having any earth element within it, that's why it's so difficult for metal benders to bend it. But with how stronger and more powerful every generation of benders become, I believe there will be benders in the Avatar 2025 series that will find a way to overcome this obstacle and learn how to platinum bend. And I'm hedging my bets, theorizing right now that person will be on the new Team Avatar, being their generation's Toph. If you think so too, like, share, subscribe, and follow, and comment down your thoughts. Rain benders. Now you might hear this and ask, isn't that just water benders? And I would say non, they would be something vastly greater. You see, waterbenders have been shown to be able to both manipulate and pull water droplets from clouds, fogs, and even other life forms. But only advanced waterbenders can do this, which is why I believe there will be a waterbender so strong, so powerful, that they'll be able to pull rainwater from the very clouds themselves, literally manipulating the water droplets within clouds to make instant rainstorms. And from there be hacks, because then they'll be able to create sudden floods or even freeze the water droplets to create blizzards and hailstorms. Now imagine a waterbender that powerful but as a bloodbender. If you agree, like, share, subscribe, and follow, and comment below. If you were an Avatar: The Last Airbender, which bender would you be, and more importantly, which animal companion would you have? As we all know, there are avatars that have animal companions that travel with them, that sometimes help them travel, that also sometimes help them in battle. Almost a good quarter of the people that make up the Avatar world have animal companions. And why wouldn't they, when you don't just have regular animals, but also mythical creatures, but also hybrids, animals that are mixed matched with other animals. Here are just a few examples: cat, deer, polar bear, dog, platypus bear, tiger dillo, dragon, sky bisons, badger moles, the original benders, flying lemurs, and the list goes on. And they're companions that would ride or die, so comment down your choice. I would pick a dragon. Plant Bending Nation. Now what the heck could I even mean by that? Well, I tell ya, we only saw one plant bender in the entire series, and that was Hugh of the Water Tribe people that split off to go and live in a swamp. Other than him, there was just Katara, who in the comics did it once. But I believe in this new era, there will be more than just one or two plant benders, that there will be an entire nation of waterbenders able to manipulate the vegetation of jungles, forests, and yes, swamps, that rise the spectrum of personalities from eco-friendly nature hippies to eco-extremists, who holds the sanctity of nature above the lives of both non-benders and benders who pollute it, which could be a relatable issue for the new modern day Avatar to tackle. If you think I'm right, like, share, subscribe, and follow. More Airbender flyers. And what does that mean? Well, simply that Zahir will become like a legend, a messiah figure, spreading the word of Guru Lahima, that by severing all attachments to the physical world, an airbender can achieve flight. And those few stray air nomads would take his gospel to heart, forcibly abandoning their bonds with their friends, family, and loved ones. But as a result, deepening their belief in him and his teachings by gaining the power of flight in return. And also giving them a strong sense of equivalent exchange, being unable to gain something great without sacrificing something of equal greatness first. But comment down below if you also believe there will be an Airbender flyer movement, and like, share, subscribe, to follow. Iron Sand Benders. Have any of you ever heard of lodestone? They're natural magnets, rocks that attract metal. But earthbenders can already bend metal, so they're already like a magnetotype. But there are also substances called iron sand that's great for magnetism. And I feel that more modern day age earthbenders would carry around iron sand instead of wearing metal armor like the metal bender cops in Korra's era, as a better way of both utilizing and monopolizing on their metal bending, and making the overall bending art form a lot more easier and versatile for them. So you comment down below if you agree that metal benders will start utilizing iron sand to become more proficient in the art form, and like, share, subscribe, and follow. Clay benders. That's right, I said it. You remember mud bending? Turns out water benders can bend earth and earth benders can bend water if they're mixed together as mud. Well, a step above that would be clay. And turns out, bet you didn't know, you can find clay naturally in nature. And clay has a variety of usages that a clay bender could exploit. As long as they're masterful with it, they could blend color into the clay and form it around themselves to look like whatever they would want to pose as. As long as the size portion isn't smaller than them, someone with an Azula mindset could use that to get into any type of secret meeting and get any type of vital information, without anyone ever knowing it was them until it was too late. But you tell me how likely our chances are at getting a clay bender, and like, share, subscribe, and follow. Light bending. Now you might think, who could possibly end up light bending? Well, firebenders. Why do you believe that firebenders not only can produce flames, but also redirect, generate, and shoot out lightning from within themselves? That's because firebenders are able to ignite the energy within themselves to produce flames, as well as separate electrons to both redirect and generate lightning. So if they use that specific firebending skills to do so with photons, then not only will they be able to generate insane intense light to both blind their enemies and stun them, but they'll also be able to produce a light so bright as to guide those lost in the deepest of darknesses. If you agree, then comment so below and like, share, subscribe, and follow. Artificial firebenders. What do I mean by that? Well, I believe by the time we get to this new Earth avatar, technology will have advanced to a point where we start getting cybernetically enhanced non-benders. And since we already saw in Korra's era power mech suits that were able to shoot out both electricity and flames, since the creators talked about this new era being cyberpunky, I can definitely see the same technology used for the power mech suits being made more slim and smaller to be used as prosthetic limbs for non-benders to be able to shoot out flames, shoot out electricity, just like firebenders. But where they won't have the control over fire like firebenders, they'll have mass production through people wanting to be firebenders and have that power. But you comment your thoughts below, like, share, subscribe, and follow if you think I'm right. Bybenders. Specifically in this case, a bybender who's both fire and air. What are bybenders, you may ask? A bybender is what's closest to an avatar, a bender who is able to bend more than one element. In this case, a fire and air bybender will be able to fly and breathe fire just like a dragon. I even believe their moniker will be jet fighters, because not only will they be able to soar through the sky at Mach speed, generating propulsive flames and manipulating air currents to fly like a jet, but they'll also be able to rain down missiles of explosive rapid-fire flames. And the best part about these guys is they'll be able to camouflage themselves in the sky using clouds and shoot down lightning, making it seem like an attack on their enemies was just a natural freak storm. And I believe their suits will look like a mix between the Equalist suits and the new Air Nomads glider suits, but comment down your thoughts below.